Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Incog back at it again with another video. Obviously today guys, we're going to be doing our week 10 IBL team builder and match. Last week we won against the Charlotte Hawluchas in a 3-0 victory. That might have confused me a little bit, but hey, we still got the W regardless, and now we are 5-4. We are above 500, and we are doing fantastically as far as I'm concerned. I think if we win out this week, if we can win, I think we're in playoffs. I'm not very sure. I'll have to ask Brendan whenever I get the chance, but I think we're in playoffs if we win this week. And then I think next week, like I said, we play D-Ray, and that should be interesting, I think. He's definitely going to be a tougher opponent, no doubt, because D-Ray is definitely a really great battler in general. And yeah, this week we fight Radioactive and his Iowa Hawluchas. The logo should be on screen for you guys on the right side, and it looks really dope. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, it's a really nice logo. And talking about his team, you're going to notice a lot of threats on his team, not gonna lie. So, to lay up his team on the right side, he has Zero, Aura, Blastoise, Chansey, Lucario, Cloyster, Rhyperior, Surfetch, Whimsicott, Vileplume, Flareon, and the G-Max Alcremie. So, right off the bat, as you guys might understand, he has Shell Smash, the God, 1 and 2, Blastoise, and Cloyster, which it seems like Blastoise has been working a lot better for him, as it has 7 kills and Cloyster has none. He's the Zero Aura, which is the speediest thing in the West, and he has a lot of other good Pokemon like the Lucario, like the Surfetch, like the Rhyperior, Whimsicott obviously with Tailwind, and just generally a threat. Vileplume can also be a string sapping threat since it got this generation, excuse me. And then he has the G-Max Alcremie, which G-Max Finale is kind of a iffy move. I mean, it just gives him a little bit of health back when he uses it. It's not that great. And then obviously, as I leave out all the time, I leave out bulkier Pokemon like Chansey. I hate Chansey, which I think most people know by now. And it's definitely going to be a Pokemon that I don't want to face down, but we're going to have to this week, and it's definitely not going to be fun for me. But if I had to guess the 6 he brings, I think he brings, brings Zero Aura, Blastoise, Chansey, obviously. Definitely a really good Pokemon for this matchup, especially Zero Aura and Blastoise. As Blastoise gets enough coverage to set up against me and then just goes stupid, Chansey being a good wall, and Zero Aura being Zero Aura. After that, I definitely don't expect him to bring the G-Max Alcremie, but it's definitely possible this week, but I do have a Melmetal and other Pokemon that can deal with it. Otherwise, I definitely see him maybe bringing Surfetch, because Banded Surfetch actually can hurt a lot, or even Scarf Surfetch for that matter, so it could definitely be a problematic Pokemon. And then it's really up to him on his 6 Pokemon. Could be Lucario, could be Cloyster, could be Whimsicott, could be Rhyperior, it could literally be anything. So his team is a bit unpredictable this week, but I think I prepared just enough for it, and I am bringing some kind of weird set, so we're going to go ahead and get right into that. So this week, guys, we're bringing the Choice Band Melmetal, as you might have noticed on the other page. And yeah, he's back. He has the speed. He has everything. He has Double Iron Bash, Thunder Punch, Super Power, and Ice Punch with the 252 attack and speed. With Choice Bed and Jolly Nature, there's enough speed to beat out Alcremie if it's running like 68 speed at level 50, which is possible because that's a definite set that it could bring. Could run a lot of speed as well, maybe run none. But we do O-Coat with Double Iron Bash unless he's Baviri Berry on the first hit, and I think if he's max HP, max defense, which is possible, but at this point, I expect his Alcremie not to be a problem for us at all because we were banded. It has to have a lot of speed investment though to still beat us, because I think it hits like 85 or 90 or something like that with the investment, so it's very interesting. It's a general threat, and overall, this Pokemon needs to be played with carefully. Superpower will definitely do a chunk to Chansey, but won't O-Code, unfortunately. We need to avoid literally everything that can kill us, which is damn near everything on this team. But nothing wants to switch in on a Double Iron Bash, most certainly. If Whimsicott versus Melmetal happens, Double Iron Bash will do a chunk to literally everything on this team, barring, I would say, Flareon and Blastoise, I want to say, because even Cloyster still takes neutral. Lucario doesn't want to take the hit, but it resists it, but at the same time it's like, I really don't care. Zero Aura kind of doesn't want to take the hit despite resisting it, but it is Choice Band, so it will do a lot regardless. So we're trying to get Melmetal in against Pokemon that really don't want to see it. We want to stay away from Vileplume as far away as possible because of Strength Sap, and I really don't want to deal with that Pokemon in general this week, but it could happen. Because of our speed investments, we do beat out things like No Speed Vileplume, No Speed Rhyperior. I believe we beat out No Speed Flareon, Chansey, whatever it is. So we do have to play with this a little bit, iffy, but I definitely think that we have to keep in mind that there's a lot of Pokemon on this team that can beat us, and we need to really play off of that, basically. But Melmetal isn't really the kind of sweeper here, but it can definitely be a very dangerous mon overall. Moving on though, we have the G-Max Blastoise. We have Aura Sphere, Mirror Coat, Hydro, Pump, and Counter with 252 HP, 252 Defense, and 4 Special Attack with the Modest Nature and Wakan Berry. This is a very defensive Pokemon, and even without being G-Max, well, I guess that's probably the better thing for this. If we're not G-Max, we can take a Plasma Fist from a Choice Banded Zeraora and counter it back and kill it. Even if it's not Choice Banded, we generally will use counter when we will kill it. If we're G-Maxed, we can take the hit impressively. We can Cannonade it, excuse me, and then we can easily just switch out or just stay in and maybe let our Blastoise go down, but he'll die to 2 Cannonade turns, which is very important. Because it will do a like a good chunk of damage at least. But yeah, we need this to stay healthy overall for this matchup, because this can be the end-all be-all. With Mirror Coat and Counter, it can definitely be a Pokemon that comes in on something like a setup, like, I guess a Cloyster's already set up, and then we can just hit it with a counter if it doesn't kill us with 5 Rock Blast. Blastoise going for like Aura Sphere or going for literally anything else against us, we can use Mirror Coat or counter against it. We can do the same thing against things like, I would say maybe like a Leaf Storming. I guess we wouldn't leave it in against Vileplume, but even Vileplume, Whimsicott, Alcremie, for better examples. We can leave it in against a lot of Pokemon and then just use our Reflecting moves back and go crazy. It's not a perfect set this week, obviously, but I definitely wanted to run a set that could definitely help us this week. Mirror Coat's also really good because it becomes a Max Mindstorm, which will help us against something like maybe like a first impressioning Surfetch. If we get up Psychic Terrain early on, then like we can avoid that with other Pokemon, so that's very important as well. But in general, this is just kind of our defensive pivot for a lot of this team that is physically crazy, like the Cloyster, like the Rhyperior, the Surfetch, but it isn't perfect, obviously. So this is definitely a more creative set this week, because as the season winds down, if I can make it into playoffs, I can become more relaxed about my sets. I'm not gonna say like, oh, this is more a relaxed set, but it is definitely a more creative set than I'm used to running. Moving on though, we have the Edelgauss, which is our defensive wall, of course. It's not that great as a defensive wall, unfortunately, but it is a Pokemon in general that can actually help us. Synthesis, Protect, Leech Seed, Giga Drain, 252 HP, and Defensive Forward Special Attack. Basically the same as the Blastoise set, but this one is bold and has Rocky Helmet. We need to make sure that Cloyster doesn't go crazy as well as Blastoise, and we need to very much avoid Vileplume. This is not an optimal set for this week, unfortunately, but it definitely can be. By throwing off a Leech Seed on basically the entire team besides Whimsicott and Vileplume, we allow ourselves to gain back health, at least 12%, and we can protect against a lot of things. If things get out of control, like the Cloyster, like the Blastoise, we do kind of have to play around it with another Pokemon, but if they're in against us just 1v1, we do live, like, general Icicle Spears from just the Cloyster without boost. We live Ice Beams and Ice Punches from Blastoise, and we can just leech them when they Shell Smash. We can protect, and then we can switch out, because that'll allow us to send in another Pokemon, basically, and, allow that to take the hits, and they'll gain back a little bit of HP and such. So that's pretty much the whole entire crux of this set. We're really hoping that we don't have to face off against Whimsicott and Vileplume both this week. One of them is fine, but both of them would be annoying. And getting off a Leech Seed against something like Chansey with a lot of health would be very beneficial for us. And also this can wall off something like Zeraora, because we can protect Leech Seed and Synthesis and just sit in front of it. No matter how much it bulks up, it won't be able to OHKO us until like +3 I think it is Fire Punch, but we'll be fine. We're an Edelgauss. We also have Regenerator, so we can switch in and out and gain back more health upon switching out and such, so that's pretty dope as well. But yeah, this set is very specific this week, and hopefully we can avoid the Shell Smashers and Hell on Earth that is the Vileplume and Whimsicott. And I only want to avoid those because I can't Leech Seed them, and I really can't touch them, so that's very specific and true, honestly. Next Pokemon we have here is the Arachnid, which is another defensive wall, of course, because this team is very physically capable. We have Toxic, Protect, Scold, and Infestation, 252 HP and Defense, and then 4 in Special Attack once again. We have 3 straight sets that do this, believe me. We don't need much else going on here. It's Water Bowl with Bold Nature and Charty Berry. It's in our defensive wall, and I'm very scared of Cloyster and Blastoise. This can lock up a few mons and whittle them down, and that's very important for this week, and it's annoying as hell to run because we have to very much play prediction heavy. And we also have to make sure that we can keep this set going. The reason I'm running Charty Berry is more or less because of Rhyperior, and also because of Blastoise. Cloyster will kill us with 5 Rock Blast no matter what. It's a Cloyster. Blastoise only gets Rock Slide as far as I'm concerned as a rock move, so we can live that every time at +2, and we can just hit it with like a Toxic or an Infestation if it's already Toxic. But generally speaking, this is for that and the Rhyperior, because Rhyperior will not kill us unless it's boosted. And weaken toxic infestation things and sit in front of them. One of the things I don't want to do that to is specifically Zero Aura, and believe me, that's not going to be fun if it does that to us, so we want to avoid that. We also want to avoid getting toxic by something like Chansey, because then that'll whittle us down for a long time. If we can infestation that and toxic it and protect against it, we can switch out at certain moments and then whittle it down to a point where we are comfortable with it, because then we can kill it when it's at low enough health. And Chansey's definitely going to be an annoying Pokemon this week, but I feel like we have a set that can easily counter it if we need to. And then we have a bunch of other Pokemon that don't want to see Araquanid, because I think a lot of people have gotten used to me running like more offensive Araquanid, so this week I'm running a more defensive Pokemon. So those are 3 defensive Pokemon straight. Let's talk about the 2 offensive Pokemon that we are also bringing, because that's important for this week as well. We have Terrakion as the first one. We have Earthquake, Close Combat, Iron Head, and Rock Blast, yeah. We're running the same-ish set, but we ran a little less speed, and that's about it, I want to say, because we went 132 HP, 252 attack, 4 each defense, and 116 speed with the Choice Scarf this week. I think last time it might have been Adamant Scarf, I think it was, but yeah, generally speaking, this has enough speed to beat Scarf Lucario, but obviously we want to stay in it against it if it's bullet punching, but if it's like banded, then I think it has a chance. I'm not actually sure, but I don't know if it does. I'll have to recheck it, but because of our HP and our defense a little bit, we should be able to live that perfectly fine. It will just take a chunk from us. We need to play this carefully due to the mons he has, and it's a great late game super like last week, but the reason is because once we're scarfed into something, that's about it. We don't want to get scarfed into something like, I don't know, like Close Combat, and then he sends in like Whimsicott or Vileplume, and then we have to switch out into something like Edelgast because we want to prevent like Strength Sap, Leech Seed, whatever it is, because those are kind of mons that we want to avoid this set entirely. I mean, we can Iron Head things down, but then we have to switch out, we see Blastoise, and that's an easy Shell Smash for him. So generally speaking, I want to get up Rock Blast, Close Combat, or Earthquake. Iron Head's kind of the iffy one. Close Combat is a nice, decent second iffy one, but like it does a lot to this team, and I mean like a lot. So generally speaking, we want to have this Pokemon for later game situations, and hopefully we do, because this is definitely going to be a good sweeper, no doubt. It has enough speed, like I said, to beat Scarf Lucario, but it also has enough speed to beat out Zero Aura as well, so that's very important too. If he Scarves Zero Aura, then he's crazy, and if he's running some bullshit on that set, I wouldn't be surprised, because Zero Aura is kind of a versatile mon low-key. I'm just gonna outright say it, it is definitely versatile. Iron Head does not Oka Alcremie, unfortunately. If we're Choice Band at 252, it had a chance to Oka regular Alcremie, I think, but yeah. Definitely have Iron Head on there just in case it's that low enough health to where you can beat it. And we definitely want to make sure that doesn't get out of hand. But yeah, that's our Terrakion set. And moving on to our last set. This is another kind of defensive, but low-key, it's not really that defensive. But let me talk about this Venusaur set. This is a different kind of set. Obviously, it's a fun set, to be honest with you. And I wanted to try something out this week, because usually whenever I try things out, they can either work out or I'll never get to use them. So this is Curse, Earthquake, Petal Blizzard, and Synthesis Venusaur with 252 HP, 4 attack, and 252 special defense with Overgrow, Adamant Nature, and Black Sludge. So realistically, looking at his team, there's not a whole lot that walls this set off. Besides maybe Whimsicott, this set beats damn near everything. Here's the reason why. So basically for us, we needed the Spadef stat because of Mystical Fire, aka Max Flaring Alcremie. And in the sun, that'll still do a lot of damage, generally speaking, but if we can synthesis up first, because we'll be faster than it, then we're completely fine. And with a synthesis in the sun, we go all the way back to 100% most likely. Number 2, cursing up means that things that will Shell Smash against us, like the Cloyster, like the Blastoise, if we get up a few curses, they're not killing us anytime soon. Which is great for us, because then we can just synthesis up if they're Life Orb, or if they're Sash, we can Petal Blizzard them and we could switch out and maybe do something else. And then like things like a Banded Surfetch, if we're at like +2 defense, we're not dying to that thing ever. We beat out things like Rhyperior, we can Earthquake things like Lucario, we can even Petal Blizzard things like Chansey, and we beat Chansey because we can't get Toxic by it, so it's really easy for us to use this Pokemon. Things like Blaze Kick, Zero Aura, we can be a few defense boost up and it won't be able to hurt us anymore. I think the only real Pokemon that really walls us off from a practical standpoint is Whimsicott, because it's not going to die to either Earthquake or Petal Blizzard, but Whimsicott isn't really an issue. And for me personally, this set can either go really well or really bad. We can get burned by a Flareon using like Flare Blitz or something, or even any other move like Lava Plume, and it can go straight terrible. We can get burned, we can get crit, whatever it is. But if we already have a Curse or 2 up, and Flareon comes in, it's not killing us with Flare Blitz. You know what I mean? We Earthquake that, and it's taking a chunk of damage. or we can even curse again just to see what happens, and we can synthesis up. I hate saying synthesis. It is terrible to say quickly, but generally speaking, this Pokemon does wall off a lot of his team with its investments, and 2 curses will allow this Pokemon to go basically stupid. 3 curses is just a sweep at that point. But this is definitely going to be a mon where Bede has to look out for it, no doubt. I mean, I'm not bringing Sun this week because of Chlorophyll Vileplume, and in general, bringing Sun this week would be it'd be better because he has Water Shell Smashers, but at the same time, I feel like it would make him a little bit better against my team because then he can bring Zeraora with Blaze Kick, he can bring like Flamethrower Chansey, he could bring crazy shit, and he would actually benefit from it from a lot of the moves that other Pokemon get. So I don't want to power him up in a sense, or make it so that his Vileplume can actually go stupid. So that's what I'm trying to avoid this week. But guys, that's going to do it for the team builder aspect of this video. Let's get right into the battle. Alright guys, we're going to be battling Bede active soon in his Iowa Hawluchas. Like I said, I expected to bring a lot of crazy shit, and he did exactly what I thought he would do. But he didn't bring the Cloyster, which is very important. He did bring both his grass types, so unfortunately Aedogoss is a bit walled here. But he didn't bring the G-Max Alcremie, which is a lot better. That means Choice Band, actually Choice Band Melmetal goes through his team a little bit if he decides to lead something crazy. If he leads Surfetch, we're perfectly fine with that decision. Good luck, have fun to Bede. I'm not gonna just go ahead and confirm yet, but I want to see. I have a lot of defensive mons, so we can go in against Surfetch and be fine. I think that would probably be my main objective in this battle. That's the only Pokemon really that I need to be concerned about, besides maybe like Blasters or Shell Smashing Blastoise. I just said the same thing twice. Chansey, Shell Smashing Blasters, Zeraora. I'm going to lead off with Alan, and we're just going to go off from there. I'm Choice Scarf, so nothing should outspeed me, and if Zeraora outspeeds me, it's Choice Scarf. And that's all there is to it. Unless he's like Choice Scarf Whimsicott for some reason. But we're going to go and get this started with him. Good luck, like I said, have fun to Bede. And hopefully this battle turns out in our favor because our division, or a conference rather, is actually really stacked. A lot of people are 5-5. And we have some 6-4s in there as well. We are currently 5-4. So we do need to win today. And we need to win next week. We want to keep positioning ourselves in a good fashion. He sends out his Zeraora first, and we send out our Terrakion first. And because he came out first, I don't know, actually that happens every battle, like that my opponent comes out first. So I'm pretty sure he's not going to be Scarf, because this is a Zeraora. So I might just Earthquake because it doesn't really have a great switch into this besides maybe Whimsicott. And hopefully we can get the kill off here. I don't recall seeing any air balloon. Yeah, no air balloon. So I can just Earthquake this and be fine. Tad scared, but I'm just gonna click Earthquake anyway and see how it goes. And yup, he didn't know that we were Scarf. You see, that is a kill. Choice Scarf Terrakion, as usual, pulling through, and that makes one threat go away, so others will not thrive. So that is Terra into Zera, and that was EQ. He might just go hard into Blasters and start going stupid. If he's not Shell Smash, then this will be an interesting set, but I'm pretty sure he just goes Blasters here because Whimsicott, Vileplume doesn't want to take the hit, Chansey doesn't want to take the hit, Surfetch probably doesn't want to take the hit either, and it's just Buttercup is his Vileplume. Interesting choice. He's probably going to go for Strength Sap. We're going to switch out here, obviously. If he's going for Strength Sap, I don't really want to go into my Venusaur, but I also don't really have too many switch-ins to this, like from a practical standpoint. If he's speed invested, then he outspeeds Garnet, but I didn't bring Ninetales this week because I was afraid of obvious things, but yeah, we could just switch out into Perkins or Rondo. I'm gonna go out into Rondo here and just get the infestation going, see what he does in response. If he goes for Strength Sap, he goes for Strength Sap, it is what it is. I'm not gonna try and Earthquake this. He could just go for Leaf Storm or something. Let's see what he does this turn. He just goes for Grass Knot. Okay, interesting. So he's Grass Knot. Okay, that's fine. That did a lot. I mean, I'm not especially defensive this week. I'm defensive. So I'm just gonna go for Infestation and just trap him in here with me. He might just switch out, or he might just go for Strength Sap now, thinking that I am physical. But unfortunately for Bede, I am not physical this week. I'm not even really an offensive set. I'm just an annoying set, I would say. And then like I'll switch out later probably, and then we'll be fine. And then as long as this gets lowered, we are completely okay. If he switches in the Blastoise, that's unfortunate, but I mean, like, we can Toxic that on the Shell Smash attempt, and then we can Protect, get the Infestation Toxic kind of damage rolling, and then even if this dies, we can go into our own Blastoise and take care of his. So it's not really a problem for us. We're gonna see what he's gonna want to do here, though. Definitely get rid of the Zero is better. So he goes for Sludge Ray, so he's definitely offensive this week, it seems. A bit offensive, just a bit. Didn't poison us, which is great, so we're gonna go for the Infestation. Get him a little bugs. It might be, he is Black Sludge, so he's not as offensive as I would think, but we're still gonna go for the Infestation. It at least cancels out the Black Sludge a lot. So we're just gonna go for Protect here. No real reason not to. He can't slip out of here. He can't leave. He's trapped in here with us, not the other way around. So, I don't know why I ran this set this week, but this was kind of like my answer to like Chansey trying to escape unless it used Teleport. So that's my best way of like getting little damage on it, besides it, you know, soft boiling and recovering health, of course. And that keeps the Toxic and Infestation going, which means it can only Natural Cure or Teleport. And Natural Cure would only cure like if it could switch out, and if we have Infestation out, it can't. So it has to Teleport. So we got a little bit more damage on this, obviously. We could just re-switch out and go into Garnet right now since he's been Sludge Waving the entire time. And we can start double Iron Bashing because there's not a whole lot on his team that isn't named Blastoise that wants to take this hit. So we're going to switch out here. If he goes for another Sludge Wave, then dope. He might not have speed, which will allow us to punch this in the face. If he has speed, then that'd be unfortunate. He's going to Sludge Wave again, yep. So we're going to go ahead and go for double Iron Bash. Unfortunately for us, we decided to go for Infestation and all that stuff. So we're just going to double Iron Bash. He doesn't have a lot of switch-ins this besides Blastoise. And that's why I really like this Pokemon, because there's not a whole lot you switch in. And he's not Rocky Helmet this week, so he is Black Sludge. So that's really good for us, typically. So we're going to see. He probably had like Weather Ball maybe on here. I don't know, because I imagine that he was expecting me to bring Sun this week, but maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to ask him in DMs after the battle's done, because I definitely think I brought Sun a lot of these weeks. Yep, we are speedy, so we're going to punch this in the face and get it done with because we are banded. And that's a Melmetal kill right there. All right, nice job, Melmetal. He probably wasn't expecting me to have that much speed invested, so that's why. Or any speed, really. No one's really expecting the speedy Melmetal. That's the thing. No one ever expects the speedy Melmetal. And he's probably sitting there like, what? Cannon O'Brien? So that's definitely Blastoise. He's definitely gonna go for the Shell Smash now. Which is completely fine, because we can go into our own kind of Blastoise, and depending on if he's special or physical, we can definitely break him down. I'm gonna let Rondo go down. If he's not Shell Smash, then this will be interesting. If he's not Shell Smash, very, very interesting. If he is, then we kind of expected it. Let's see, he's gonna go for, yeah, Shell Smash. Very easy for him. He's definitely White Herb, I assume. He has to have Rock Slide in order to beat us with this Pokemon, because I don't think a Water move will OHKO. I don't think Ice Beam will OHKO. I don't think a Fighting move will OHKO either. And he is White Herb. Yep. I'm pretty sure that's how that works. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna Toxic. I'm gonna Toxic because if I Protect here, then he might go for some bullshit. But I want to see if he's physical or special. If he's physical, we can counter with Blastoise. If he's special, we can Mirror Coat him. That's the basic objective of this these sets here. So this is very important. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see. He has to have Rock Slide. I don't think anything else will OHKO us. He went for another Shell Smash. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna Mirror Coat him immediately. I'm gonna Toxic him, of course. That's the thing. I don't really have any reason to hit him right now. And once I have G-Max Blastoise, he's not OHKOing that. So that's see, now we land a Toxic, which is really good for us. And he has to land Rock Slide. And I don't think there's a whole lot that's even really killing us. I was going to Protect that first, but then I was kind of like, that doesn't make any sense here. So that's really good for us. I'm pretty sure it doesn't kill us here. I'm gonna go for Infestation to see. And if he goes for a third Shell Smash, more power to him. He goes for Surf. This shouldn't kill because we are an Araquanid. No, okay, killed through. Okay, resisted. Well, we are defensive, not specially defensive, so now we know that he's special at least. And that's very important to note at this point in the game. We are gonna go hard into Pierce and see what he's about. I don't think, will it kill us? I think we are defensive, I believe. Because we're trying to beat the Zero Aura, I'm pretty sure. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to G-Max and just blow him away. Because I don't want to waste any time here. Thankfully and fortunately for me. I could just Cannonade here, just to get it up. I could max Knuckle. I'm gonna go for Cannonade and see what happens, because it's better for me here. And because I know the Blasters like anybody else, Blasters doesn't get anything that can beat other Blasters besides like a terrain pulsing kind of ordeal, or even some other kind of situations. So it's very important that we get this up. He doesn't OHKO us at +4. He would OHKO us at +6, I know that much, if we're G-Max and he goes for like some crazy shit, but we should be fine. So we're gonna go ahead and go up here. I'm gonna go and write down the kill that he got, which was Blastoise, his own Blastoise into our Araquanid, Aura, and that was Surf. And then we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. I could have protected and then gotten more damage, obviously, but I didn't. We're gonna see how much he does here to us. It's just gonna be Aura Sphere. This shouldn't kill because we're G-Maxed. Yup, that would have probably killed if we weren't. We're gonna Cannonade here. This is max. It's not gonna do that much, but that's the point. We want to get as much chip damage on this and get this out of here as soon as possible. With the Toxic, with the Cannonade, this works out in our favor really well. Though we are taking a lot of damage. Oh well, the Cannonade doesn't happen because he's water type, yeah. So I think I'm just gonna max Knuckle here. Well, actually, I don't have to. I'm gonna Mind Storm in case he wants to do some crazy shit. He's just going over Aura Sphere again. He would have to get another. He'd have to get a crit there, honestly. But yeah, Blast. And this is Mind Storm. He's probably wondering what psychic move I get. It's Mirror Coat. So we got rid of the Shell Smasher, so all he has is Chansey, Whimsicott, and Surfetch. So this can be an interesting matchup. This can be a very interesting amount of turns that come up here. First Impression doesn't kill us. Choice Band Meteor Assault will. Choice Band, realistically, Close Combat should kill us here. Choice Banded, I believe, because we are maxed. So it only has one option here, and I don't know if he really wants to go with Chansey here, or if he wants to go with, like, Whimsicott. Whimsicott would probably be better for him, because it resists all of my moves besides Mindstorm. Mindstorm's not going to do that much anyway, so we're going to see. We're going to see what he wants to go for here. I'm going to turn my page here for my own purposes. If he had brought Cloyster Shell Smashing, that probably would have been better for him, honest to God, if I'm being real. Because it gets a lot more coverage. Bubblegum, and that's going to be his... Oh, God, Chansey. Yeah, don't really like this thing that much. Definitely the Pokemon I didn't want to see today, obviously. This one's physical, so we're just going to go for max counter, which is just max here. He's going to protect. I mean, we're still going to get some type of boost here from this, which is fine. Unfortunately, Aura Sphere's not going to do that much when we use it in a bit, but we're still going to get... Jesus, fuck. I mean, it's 75 power, so it doesn't matter, but we still did the damage we kind of needed, I suppose. So we're going to see. I don't like Chansey, as most people know, in Draft League format. It's annoying, and I hate Blissey more. But it's honest to God, it's a fine Pokemon. I just need to find a way to get around this. He either goes for Toxic or goes for Seismic Toss. So that's going to be interesting. Perkins can pretty much close out the game now. We could go into Allen as well. Davis didn't really get to get used. We can go into Garnett as well and just superpower the hell out of him, or a double Iron Bash here. I think I kind of want to go into Garnett and see what he does, because I feel like it's a Toxic or a Seismic Toss type of turn. So we're going to see. He might just teleport out and go right into Surf Edge, which would be honestly terrifying. He went for Seismic Toss, which makes sense. We're going to just go for, yep. Let me just fix it. And we're just going to double Iron Bash here. No reason not to. He's pretty low in health, so we're going to kill this. And we have speed investment, so he will die. Well, it's speed investment to outspeed, obviously, but I think given the HP he's lost so far, he will definitely he won't be able to live these 2 hits. If we superpower here, it would have probably been a little bit better, but low-key, we need the double hit, so let me see. That's 1. Yup, that's dead. That should be dead. If I know more percentages, right? Yep, that's dead. Good. Double Iron Bash Melmetal coming into clutch once more. Chan. And this was Dib. So now he's gonna go into the Surf Edge tier, and then we should be able to switch out. We can let Blasters go down at this point as a sack, but if we don't want to do that, we can do something else. I just don't want to switch out here primarily because Surf Edge can definitely be more dangerous, and because we set up the Psychic Terrain, First Impression will not work if like we had a different Pokemon in. I'm just saying this for my own referencing as I battle. James Bonk, which is definitely the Surf Edge. Nice name. That's a really funny name. I don't want Melmetal to go down because I really like keeping Melmetal alive for long enough periods of time. He's definitely going for CC this turn, so I'm going to go into Davis, actually, because, well, do I want to do that and then, like, make things kind of weird? Or do I want to go into, like, Pierce and let that die and then go into, like, Allen and close combat to victory? Because I feel like he's going to close combat this turn. I'm going to go into Davis and see how much, whatever he's going to do here, I want to see how much it's going to do to my Edelgus. I really do want to see how much it's going to do. Let's see. He's just going to go for CC, which makes sense. And that might be banded. Maybe. He's going to take some Rocky Helmet, though, on his way out, which is really nice and convenient for us. And now the weirdness has disappeared. I think the candidate ends his turn, or it's already going to end. Oh, it already ended. Okay. So he's going to go for CC again. We're going to go ahead and allow him to kill Pierce here. If he's Scarf, he doesn't beat Allen, so I'm going to go Allen after this and just go for CC myself and then go back into Melmetal afterwards. So we're going to let him kill Blastoise here, because he's definitely a Choice Band and Choice Scarf, depending. So I'm going to let him kill that. So that's fine by me, honestly, because that means we can still get a pretty good, like, 4-0, 3-0 victory here. No, well, this is far. Surfetch. Sir, F. And we're just going to go into Allen here. We could just Iron Head him, but I have a bad feeling it's not going to kill at -2. Even then, I'm just going to CC. No real reason not to. It's still going to do a chunk of damage no matter what. I guess Iron Head would probably kill here, but I need to make sure that I don't lose because of a Surfetch ever again. Because I remember in the BTA, for anybody who doesn't know, in the BTA I lost to Golem because of Choice Band Surfetch and Dracovish and a bunch of other reasons. But basically I came underprepared for that match, and it could have been a match that I could have won, but then I lost, unfortunately. So it happens, you know, from time to time. You lose matches. Terra killed Sir F with CC. And now we're just going to go right back into Melmetal and keep this victory going, because I don't think this gets anything that can hurt us besides, like, Weather Ball, I assume. So we have done the best we can here, which is really good. I'm pretty sure he doesn't get, yeah, he just goes for Moonblast. Yep. That should be GG once you get the double Iron Bash, but you never know with these kind of things at all. You never know what could happen. We're just going to double Iron Bash, we'll be fine. Pretty sure he wasn't expecting speedy Melmetal, but you know what happened? Because we definitely outspent the Vileplume, which, I mean, we don't normally, because we're at 34 speed, and I think it's at 50, so we have to run a lot. But this is going to do it for the IBL this week. Week 10, we beat Radioactive in his Iowa Hawluchas, and we get a clean 4-0 victory over him. And now we are 6-4, and we need to, I'm pretty sure we have to beat D-Ray. I'm not actually sure, I'll ask Brendan, but I think we need to beat D-Ray, and then we can secure a player spot even more. But we got the dub this week, and, you know, GG to Brady. Check him out down below with all the other IBL coaches. And with that being said, from your Boston Syndicals, this is goodbye, and hopefully next week we can get another W. We are on a winning streak, on a tear. But GG to him, like I said. Goodbye, and have a nice day.